Mic check. Mic check. There we go. Mic check. There we go. I was saying what a banger that song was. Thank you, Royalty Free Planet, Lil Maury. And then I was saying, I told you I'd come back with something. Want to be Mythos up in here. Fable 5. Claude Fable 5. I've got only 2% of my allotted tokens used today, which I don't even know what I use them on, honestly. But yeah, let's try it out. So before we get into Claude, I actually have to update you guys on where we went yesterday with Codex because it's still going. Do you guys remember? Were you here for this? I don't remember if I did this after stream or not. Did I change this? Okay, you have changed the title today, Victor. I don't think I did on Twitch. That's the same title. But I did change it on YouTube. On YouTube, it's How Long Will My Claude Fable Tokens Last? But we are actually going to use Claude. But I don't know if I'm going to use it on that pinball game because Codex is still going. We have to go check if it's any good, though. If what Codex has done in the last 19 hours, 29 minutes, I might just let it keep running. Oh, yes, he saw it before. Yeah, I definitely had that at when we started Twitch. And then I think I updated it late yesterday, which was hilarious because I updated it to Fable 5 and then realized I couldn't even use Fable 5 because I had burned all my tokens. But yeah, check this out. This is the Codex app I was telling you guys about. I don't know if anyone try this. Codex does the Mostix. Seriously, I've never used the goal feature. Like, I heard they announced this feature on Claude Code. I still hadn't really used it yet. And then Codex had it. I don't know who had it first, to be honest. But this is like within the last month they added this goal. It's like literally you just, I think it's maybe it's, I don't know if it's slash goal or $ goal. It's probably slash goal. Yeah, slash goal. Set a goal that Codex will keep working towards. So you don't need rend, loop, Ralph loops anymore. You just literally set a goal. So my goal was, after we did that blueprint at the end of the stream, this guy, where was it? I think it was it this one? Yeah, physical board blueprint. So if you guys didn't catch it, right at the end of the stream before I had to jump off, I gave it this screenshot of this Simpsons pinball machine. The flippers down here, got these little rails. And I said, what did I say? I said something like, make me a blueprint, make me like a physical, like a breakdown of that physical layout and how it would work, how a ball would like mechanically work in there and how all the pieces would work mechanically, whatever, something vague like that. And I was kind of expecting a drawing, like a diagram blueprint, but it ended up just busting out all these dimensions and stuff of ball diameter, flipper bat, lane clearance, all the sizes of things, just really going deep. This was Codex GPT 5.5. Holy shit, it's been updating. And so, I'll start at the bottom. Cool. So the blueprint, I gave it a goal. I said, take that blueprint, make the components and physical attributes of our pinball board as close to the blueprint reference board as possible. And this shit went to work. It's done 120 something PRs overnight. The only time I touched it is Code Rabbit was just exhausted. Code Rabbit was like, give me a minute to process. And it was like hanging. And so at one point Codex is like, I can't continue. Because Code Rabbit's just been hanging for an hour. So I think I edited it. No, I steered it. So if I type in here, I can steer it, right? Give me a list of what's left to meet our goal before you move on. So I'll ask you, do you want to wait for it to finish what it's doing, or do you want to steer its current direction? And so I saw that it was like hung up on Code Rabbit. And so I said, if Code Rabbit ever gives you trouble, just do your own review and merge everything to main. 120 is nuts. Unreviewable. Yeah. But I guess you can just look at each file. Yeah, the end result, right? So without further ado, let's go freaking look at it. Actually, I don't think I set up Vercel usually first, I was going to show you guys on stream, like how do I vibe code a project from the beginning? I created the Git repo, I checked it out, but what I didn't show you guys is how I hook up Vercel. There's something in my framework that does that for you, or does a lot of that for you, but there's like one piece you have to do manually to run the CLI for Vercel or the UI if you want. And 126, holy shit. And I don't think it did it. So if you look at the PRs, they don't have preview builds. If I go to Vercel, I bet you the project doesn't even exist. Add a passkey to secure your account. Okay, don't look, guys. Pretend that's secure. Do not hack me. These are all throwaway projects. Nothing super important in here. Yeah, it's not here. So you could do it like this. It's a new project, and then you find pinball and you import it, right? I'll probably just do that. But I wanted to show you guys on stream before I did it. So the only way to actually run the game would be to run it locally. But I'm gonna go one step. I'm gonna skip that step. I'm gonna import this thing into Vercel. So we're talking about deploying the game. You can put your game on Steam, you can put it on itch.io, whatever, right? But you got to host it somewhere. And so all my games end up on my website, rendry.dev, but they're actually hosted by Vercel. So it's got a preset for Next.js. If you guys remember the beginning of the stream yesterday, I asked us what stack we want to use, what frameworks we want to use. And Next.js was the one I went with. It's more menu heavy typically, but we'll see how it comes out. All right, so it's going to deploy it. It's pretty standard, straightforward, should just work. But let's go back to Codex, why that's working. So I wanted to see what was left, like where are we at? What's the status? So did my steering do anything? Yes, it did. Pause before moving on. What is still left for the full board blueprint goal? Finish the current PR for the left orbital wall fasteners. But I have not yet recorded the PR link. Sure. So it's doing this whole spiral of tasks and tracking. So it's got to recheck for reviews, merge it, post-merge verification. All of that is built into my spiral skill. Right orbit wall fasteners. And that's what hopefully we'll double check, but hopefully that's what keeps the code clean where it can keep working for a day straight, We'll see. It could just be trash. That's been the biggest problem I've had with vibe coding autonomously, like where I just set it up and loop it, tell it to go do its own research, build its own tasks, and just iterate, is that I come back and it's like it's got all the requirements of Ball Pit, for example. I kind of cloned Ball Pit, made a vibe pit in Godot called Go Pit or something. I forget what I called it. It had all the features, but it wasn't fun. And so this is more of a physics game. So, if you can get the physics right, you can get the physical mechanics right, it could just be fun out of the box. We'll see. I highly doubt this is going to be super polished. It probably just burned, this is a $200 plan with Codex, but I have no idea what my usage limits are. Like, seems to have gone the whole time. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to get for that money. All right, what else? So then it's going to do the right orbit wall fasteners. Anybody know what an orbit wall fastener is? Hey, Stone Python's back. What's up? Surprisingly efficient on tool calls, though. Fable 5 is here, our newest model for complex, long-running work. Included in your plan limits until June 22nd. Open Rendroid stream for Twitch. What is that? What is that you're sharing? Large data. All right, sorry. So if you're just joining, we're going to switch to Claude. Like I actually have some, an hour of tokens or something before I get logged out. But I'm trying to figure out if it's worth stopping Codex on the pinball game and just continuing with Claude, or if we should do a new project with Claude. So you guys let me know. Do you want to see? God, you open for only 50 cents. What does that mean? So I was trying to see what was left to do on this goal, because I gave this goal to Claude at the end of the day. Sorry, Codex at the end of the day, to just go implement the blueprint for the actual like Simpsons style. And we're now deploying it to Vercel to go see what it looks like. Holy shit. That is complex. Whoa. Whoa. Dang. Interesting. Okay. Okay. What do you guys think? Oh, you opened the stream via Fable. Do you see that horror game that guy? I haven't. Send me links. I'm interested. It's still got this ugly UI, menu-based UI, right? It's Next.js, but in this, what's this jackpot here? What are these little bells? So remember, it was going off of this, like the reactors. Have you guys ever played The Simpsons pinball in the arcade? I think it was trying to replicate it just from this one image. I don't know if it did any research otherwise. But yeah, see, it's got like these things. These are supposed to be 2 bumpers. Maybe that's what orbital bumpers mean. Maybe that's what's in the latest PR. A lot of doodads, but it's very connects looking metal. All right, let's just play it. Screw it. Looks like a baseball field. Yeah, a little bit. All right, ball's bouncing around in there. It's already glitching through whatever that panel is. I don't have high hopes, guys. Launch. What were the keys? Oh, I'm on my regular keyboard now, so, which is funny because I never use my right shift, so I don't actually. Now that I'm on my actual keyboard, I don't even know what the controls are. Seriously, do I not? That's hilarious. There it is. Found it. All right. What's the launch key? I'm just hitting enter and it's kind of bouncing around. Is that a nudge maybe? What's actual launch? Oh, there we go. It's got the physics. It's got the physics. Sorry, got excited there. Whoa. Ball glitched. Okay. I think the physics like ramped too high or something. I think that locked the ball. That one locked the ball. Oh, it jumped. I think the reason it got bigger, it moved towards the camera. Like I think it went up. I think it's missing the glass or the weight of the ball. I don't think balls normally jump like that. Where'd it go? It says game over. See, I also don't know where the balls are going. I thought this was a trap right here. I thought it was locking the ball, but then one just like couple disappeared over here somewhere. So something's not quite right. And we can, so normally what I'd do is I'd go in and I would just start bugging all of this stuff and just tackling it one after the other. And we can do that. We could do that. Do you guys want to see if Claude can fix this up if we give it all the issues, or do you want to see a fresh project? Do you want to see an alternative pinball game from the start? Oh, out of the map. You see that? Or out of the board. Just disappeared. Yeah. This always happens when I just straight up vibe a full game. The better way to do it would be to be like, hey, start with the basic game loop where you launch a ball, you have the 2 flippers, the ball is kind of ramping down the board. There's nothing else really but the flippers, and the ball resets when it makes it to the bottom. And then you get 3 balls and then it restarts. And then add like 1 bumper or one thing you can hit, and then like, okay, if you hit that you get 10 points. Okay, now add the scoreboard. Like do it more iteratively, and I think it would come out much nicer. My uncle had this baseball themed pinball. No, I've definitely seen. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I think I've played this. Let me bring it up over here. Is this the one I played? I feel like so. Yeah. That's cool. 3 outs, 3 balls. Yeah. No, makes sense. So yeah, what do you guys? I don't know. Can I do a poll? I've never had this many people in my chat. Do you guys want to go straight like brand new game? Even we could even do pinball. First off, just do you want to do a brand new project with Claude Fable 5? See how far we can get with our tokens. Or do we want to let Claude Fable 5 loose on this one? I could give it my vibe review tool, tell it to go take screenshots, play test it, give it a goal of making the shit better. We could try it. I honestly don't think it will do too well, but hey, we could try. Or we could try to do a whole new game from ground up like we did with Codex? What would you rather see? Oh, okay. I'm reading your chat now. Sorry. Should try to make a top-down pirate RPG. Well, that's wild. My uncle had the baseball theme. Was very fun. The pitch comes out the center. Yee. Something really cool and interesting that should be easy on paper. Like what? Is it the pirate game or something else? Let me know your guys' idea. I'm not seeing anybody in YouTube chat, but it could just be broke again. I do see 2 people, probably 1 person watching. So, yeah, you guys, give me your ideas. I'm going to let Codex, while you talk it out, Drug Smuggler Simulator. That's what I was talking about with Schedule 1 yesterday. I think so. If you didn't catch that, yesterday I was saying I made a school project long ass time ago. But you know what? It's not on YouTube. I know where it is. If it is on YouTube, I lost it. But I made a school project long ass time ago where you're doing a road trip across the country. It's like you were using the New York City Python. In Twitch you were talking about yesterday. We were looking at your game. Yeah, I tried to do that with like a highway system, build a real map of the US, and as you travel the highway you sell drugs on different exits. I've been thinking about remaking that game. Let me pull it up. I have a screenshot of it. It's kind of ugly, but this was the game. You could it's kind of GTA top down. You can switch your gun and shoot out the window at other cars. But there was like a mileage, like miles till LA. I guess you were going New York to LA. I thought it was the other way around for some reason, but I guess not. 2,000 miles, total cash, vehicles, health, herb bags. I didn't want to say weed, pill bottles, powder. It's so bad. I forget what game engine this was. We could do something like that. I'm down to do whatever. I definitely want to try Claude. We're going to try Claude Fable 5. I just want to give it a worthy task. I don't know if it's better to have it try to fix this pinball game or just let Codex keep going to town. I kind of feel like just let Codex go. I want to see how far Codex can take this thing. It's got a goal to get all the physics right to match the Simpsons kind of layout. So, you know what? Executive decision. We're just going to let Codex keep working on pinball. And we're going to build something else. So, what do you guys want to see? Let me go to my backlog of ideas in my head. What kind of games that I want to build? Could do the road trip thing. We could do a different pinball game to see how much better it is or worse, but it almost feels too boring. Yo, we got one guy on YouTube. What's up, Robert? Yeah, so we're just talking about how Codex, builds and is still building for 24 hours now, 20 hours now, this pinball game. And it's obviously got some issues. Look at that. And it's talking about all the ways it went wrong. But I want to switch over and do something with Claude Fable 5, their new model. Robert says he's vibe coding a backrooms generator with Fable while the free version lasts. You know what? I don't know anything about backrooms except that it was a YouTube thingy and they made an awesome movie and I want to go see it. So I don't know much more than that, but I just watched Obsession and I loved it. So hopefully another YouTube movie Backdoors is amazing. Backroom survival game. Nice. How long have you been running it, Robert, with Fable? How long? I'm curious how long the tokens will last, or the session limits will last. Pirate Doom. It's funny you say that, Stone Python, because one of my games actually was supposed to be a Doom clone in the style of Mouse Detective PI, whatever that game was called. And again, I ran it autonomously, and I told it to make Doom basically, and it failed. It is pretty flawed. What did I don't even know what it's called. Oh, Flatline. Yeah, this is supposed to be a Doom game. But there's only 2 guys. That's it. Anyways, yeah. I could do a better Doom clone. I'm sure Fable could do a better Doom clone. It's like, I've never been this like antsy or like never prepped this long on how to use Claude, but I'm like, I only got it till June 22nd. It's going away, and you got to pay actual money for it. And so I know I'm going to get timed out every, hour, whatever, for 5 hours. And who knows, I'll probably get timed out for the week. So I kind of want to use it wisely, You're going to work on the level generator until Free Fable's gone, Robert? Nice. All right, let me look at my notes. I know I had some game ideas that I haven't done yet. All right, where are those notes? I've been like recording notes through Gemini from my car while driving to the gym, and I don't know where they actually go. I think they go on Keep. Keep, is that right? Where are they? Dang, I haven't opened this app in years. Thoughts. I got a thought. Let me read this thought. Phew, that's a dark thought. I'm not going to read that thought. Oh my God. This is silly. All right. I got distracted. Sorry. Oh, I'm gonna ask. Hey Google, where did you put all my notes? Analyzing. Connecting to Google Keep.
I have safely kept and organized all of your notes for you. You can easily access and manage them directly through your saved items.
So now it just popped up showing me Google Keep, but like on the desktop, like on the home screen. I couldn't find these in my actual Google Keep, but here's some ideas that I had recently. AI game hosting. Look into the web address slop.game, which I think Gemini actually looked for me, and it's already taken. Slop.game. So we do like an itch.io website where I host it and publish, like I review and publish other people's slop games. I don't know, just an idea. It's going to be mostly hosting fees, and maybe I'll do some agents to review the code for security issues or whatever. I don't know. It's an idea. We could do that. What else? Oh, now it's gone. Dang it. How do I get back to that? Reminders. Is there any way to look at notes by date, maybe? Date created. There we go. But I have a lot of pinned stuff. I don't want to look at pinned notes. Date created. Holy shit, I got a to-do item from, it doesn't even have a date on it. It's probably 5 years old. Date modified? This app sucks. I'm searching for the word vibe. Nothing found. Slop. Oh, Gemini. Okay, so the it tags it as Gemini. Oh, weird. Okay, there's a Gemini app. Yeah, you guys can't see this, but there's a Gemini app on my phone, which I never open. All right, so I could just look at the history of chats. The other idea I had was titled Take Note. All right, app idea, AI game review bug tracking tool. Oh, we did that one. It's called Vibe Review. All right, so maybe I am out of ideas. What was the other one? Steam controller waitlist email alerts. I was trying to do an autonomous agent to go update, like check my email every day. Didn't work in Google, surprisingly. Ended up having to use a ChatGPT integration for that. All right, this one's, I think it's misunderstood or something. It's called Enchanted Coding Workflow Coating. It spells like paint coating instead of coding. Enchanted Coding Workflow Plan. Paradigm of Enchanted Coding Workflow Update. Initial planning. Work with AI at the start to define the task, big picture. Planning process. The AI will ask questions to build the plan. We literally just did this yesterday. Getting started. Once the plan is ready, the AI will provide only the first step. Enchanted. I must have said enhanced. Or, agentic coding is what I said. And it translated as enchanted coding. First step to getting started. Background monitoring, Claude records. Yeah, so this was my idea of like, what if I actually hand code shit and then the AI reviews what I write? Yeah, that's what that one was. No game ideas though. Where's my game ideas? Duck pin bowling. Already did it. Was that it? Oh wait, I have another note. You know where I put my notes? I put my notes in Hangouts or Google Chats or whatever it's called. Let me check that. What a mess. Angry Birds meets Plants vs. Zombie. Tried it. It was terrible. It's on my website. It's official. I'm out of ideas. I literally vibed my way out of ideas. Look at this. You want to know how many ideas I can come up with? 39. 21 playable. That's it. Less than a year. I'm out of ideas. I do like this idea of having a itch.io type website. What are some other domains? The problem of looking up domains on stream is that somebody could steal them. I don't want to use GoDaddy. What's the new one? I know Google got rid of theirs. Is it Squarespace? Squarespace. Vercel has some, right? Domains. I'm really into Vercel these days. I thought they had their own. Yeah, they do. Cool. Dot vibe. Is dot vibe a thing? No, it doesn't look like it. That'd be cool though. It's like game dot vibe. All the game stuff's gonna be taken. Do sorry, I was reading chat. Dot game. All right, dot game is a thing. And what was the other one? Oh, I don't think dot slop is going to be a thing. It is not. So we want slop dot game is going to be taken. Oh no, you can buy it for 360. Ooh, it just went up. Oh wait, no. Renews at 365. Should I buy it, guys? Who would send in their games for me to host on slop.game? It's got to be vibe coded. That's the only rule. No, it doesn't have to be vibe coded. It just has to have some AI coding. You have to use some AI coding or art or generate some kind of LLM has to have helped you make the game. That's all that matters, right? Slop.games. You can do plural. That one's taken though. Slop.io, like really really eat their lunch. itch.io's lunch. Unavailable. No, I'm not going to spend $400. It's not worth it. How about this? Game idea generator. This is Dia. Ghost Circuit Pinball. I wonder where it got the idea that I should do pinball. Dude is listening to my browser stuff. Fractal Mind Drifter. Top-down dig and drift. I still haven't done a dig game that I actually like. There's a lot of stuff I want to do with racing. I want to do a Twisted Metal. I want to do... Did you guys ever play ATV Off-Road Fury? I had so much fun. It's probably garbage now, but I had so much fun with this game back in the day. Just doing tricks on an ATV. It sounds so stupid. But I'm going to put all of those inside of Vibracer. I'm going to put all of my racing games inside of this because I've got Drag Racing, Derby, Destruction Derby, World Tour is supposed to be like the, what's it called? Top Gear. The idea for that one's supposed to be Top Gear. So I'm just going to keep expanding that one. You got one? Stone Python's got an idea. What is it? I lost my idea search. Strip Club Simulator. You know what? I guarantee you that's a thing. Strip Club Simulator. If that's not a thing, I'd be super surprised. Thief Simulator. Nerd Simulator. Illegal Simulator. Nightclub Emporium. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. A simulator. What? It looks like a Sim City, not a nightclub. Start your own enterprising odyssey and turn night into day as the boss of your very own nightclub emporium. There's so much slop games out there now. Retro soccer. I wanted to do a lockpicking game. I've been getting into lockpicking. I got a lockpick right here. Actually, it's a rake. So Gambi Racing, we already got that covered. What haven't I touched that's doable? We've done board games. Lockpicking in steampunk or fantasy environments where you show up as a lockpick using crazy tools. I like steampunk. I haven't done steampunk. I've also wanted to do something with robots. Oh, I got it. BattleBots. This kind of touches on the Derby, but I wanted you to build your own robots and then compete them, like compete against your friends and see who's lasts the longest. You guys know BattleBots, right? I think they brought it back for a while. What if it's like BattleBots meets Junkyard Warriors, or is that what it's called? Junkyard Wars. Oh my god, showing my age, but this show is so awesome. We should bring this one back too. Was it always racing? I don't know if it was always racing. Maybe it was. Yeah, they would have to build stuff from a scrap heap. But what if you had to build a robot? This is a futuristic scrapyard. And you take those parts and you build robots and then you battle them. Could be something to that. BattleBots meets Flat Out. What Flat Out do I know? Oh, that's a game, right? Is it like Destruction Derby? It looks a lot like Destruction Derby. Ram through pile-ups and smash through your windshield as you push racing to the edge. Flat Out delivers more. Did you guys ever... I'm just going down a rabbit hole here, but you ever play... I tested this game. Banjo... Kazooie, nuts and bolts. You could like build flying. You can build these little vehicles was like really crazy, like vehicle. It starts out with like a little cart with wheels, and then you could just build freaking spaceships. Really crazy customization. It's funny, I actually worked on that game. A PC? 360? Credits. It's under my full name. We'll see if I can find it. Hey, there I am. Banjo Infantry. Nice. That'd be cool. People give it shit, but it's a classic. Flat Out? Yeah. No, like, I never played Flat Out, but my inspiration for the Destruction Derby in Vibracer was Destruction Derby 64. You said no Banjo Kazooie. You're talking shit on Banjo Kazooie. I'm not talking Banjo Kazooie as an original. I'm talking like, you know what? We gotta watch a video on this. You can't knock it, okay? You cannot knock nuts and bolts Banjo Kazooie. You know how everyone hates on Starfield, but it's actually like the best fucking starship like builder? That's how I feel about Banjo Kazooie nuts and bolts. It's like you think, oh, it's a little kid's game, you know, right? And then I gotta find an actual builder. This guy's just playing through. Wait, is this live? So he's gonna stream this live. People are still playing this game. How long has it been? Oh, like 20 years. Nuts and bolts build. We're going on a tangent, but you have to, because you're talking shit about this game. Look at this. Look what this guy built. A mech. A fucking mech, okay? Yeah, the OG was cool. Now that's sick. This is what I'm talking about, though. Like, if we could like do like a mech or a robot builder where you just like connect blocks and shit, and then you battle them, wouldn't that be sick? Here's how you build it. Very complicated though, you know? I wonder if Fable could do it. You start with a limited number of parts, wheels, blocks, engine. A cart builder, robot builder. I want to be a robot though. I don't know. I'm really stuck on that. I think this is it, guys. And then we're gonna do a nuts and bolts style robot building game that you can actually battle against other people's bots, and you lose parts, and they disable your bot, and you do matches, battle bot style. What is it? 2 minutes. And whoever takes the most damage loses. And then you do like some kind of leaderboard. Is that a game? I think it's a game, guys. The one thing that we're missing from that would be really cool would be unlocked. Yeah, Python said take it a step further. Unlock new parts by winning. That's what I was just about to say, is like the part that's missing is like the Junkyard Wars stuff. How do you get the parts, you know? But winning could be a way. The economy of that game would be crazy, though. I don't know. I don't know how many people are gonna play it, but like, what if it's more? What if I combine? Oh, this is going wild now. This is going crazy. What if I combine my love for digging games, which I have yet to make a good one of? Dig. But I did this with the Godot wrapper and it wasn't good. But now I think if I did it as like a web game and I used, you know, the latest, it would be better. But like, what if the idea of this one was that you were gonna? Well, that's not true. The idea of Go Pit was that you were gonna dig instead of build your little farm. If you ever played Ball Pit, and then you would get parts and stuff, and then you would go do the Ball Pit stuff. But here I was thinking, let me just focus on the digging stuff. But let's combine all those ideas. So say, okay, you dig for parts, you dig for gold, money, whatever. That's the economy. But then you buy shit from the shop, or maybe you discover it. Oh, an auction house, or like you can trade stuff that you mined, that you found, like really rare parts and stuff. And so you can play by yourself solo, and then you gotta grind to get the money, to get the parts, trade for them. That will work for your bot. You're gonna find stuff that you already have, or stuff that's like not good for your style robot. And then you battle, and you can get money for winning battles too, I'm sure. I think we got a game here. BattleBot meets a miner meets StarCraft, where you're underground. Maybe Humanized lives underground now. You start on opposite ends. Have to mine to gain resources and to build parts. I see what you're saying. You're saying like RTS style? Like, yeah. That's interesting. I showed this yesterday, but I did try to do a StarCraft like RTS that would work well on mobile. It's all menu based. But yeah, I think doing this RTS style would just be a little too many ideas crammed in there. But I think we got something. All right, we're gonna do this. All right, let's do it. I'm excited. I want to make what should it be called? Let's make a repo for it. I'm really excited. This is gonna be sick. Oops. I'll close out that. What should we call this guy? Vibebot. It's kind of obvious. The point is you're digging towards them, then you fight. I do like that idea. It's almost like, what if it was ants? You're like making ant farm or something, then battling. Vibebot, that's kind of weak. It's like BattleBot, Junkyard. It's not really Junkyard anymore. It's more digging, Vibe Dig. Kind of leaning towards Vibebot. Battle, Vibe Battle, Vibe Bot Battle, Vibe Dig Bot Battle. Once the name's here, it's locked in. I'm not changing my repo. You guys can fork it if you come up with a better name. All this stuff is open source. You can do whatever you want with it. Rolling Vibe Bot. I kind of hate it. Dig Battle, Battle, Dig Battle, Junkyard Battle, Dig Battle, Dig Battle. It doesn't have enough robot in it. Robot. Build. Dig for stuff. Then build robot. And fight other person's robot. And win more stuff. And then you call it DFSTBRAFOPRAWMS for short. It's like, great repository names are short and memorable. Claude is waiting for your input. Pfft, dude, you're reminding me. All right. Dig bots, plural? Mm-hmm. Okay, but you're not digging with the robot. Or are you? No, God, we're mixing too many ideas. Dirt battle. Battle vibe battle. No, that gives me Pokemon vibes. Vibe bot builder. Vibe bot builder. Vibe bot battler. Vibe bot battler. Vibe bot battler. Vibe bot battler. Be called BB? No, we already have a game with BB. Battle. Names are hard. Battle bots. Wait, that's taken. Battle junk. Battle digger. Don't like it. Vibe battle. We're going vibe battle bots. That's too. Vibed bats. Nuts and bots instead of nuts and bolts. Vibe nuts. No. Vibe build. Build bot. That's kind of lame. That was BB again. Oh my God, we're going with Vibe Bot Battle. Vibe Bot. VBB? Vibe Bot Battles? Vibe Bots. Okay, it's battle bots, but it's vibed. Okay, done. Public, you guys can fork it, see how far you can get with it. Use your Fable tokens. See if you can get farther than I did or better than I did. All right, moment of truth. Digbots sounds too much like Digimon. All right, creating repository. Here we go. Done. It's locked in. Can't change it. Cannot change it. This be too much work, guys. All right, let's get into warp. Let's get into warp. All right, we've got 2%, so we got 98% to work with here. But we're gonna get out of this project. We're gonna create a new directory called. We don't need to do that. I did that yesterday. See, I did that yesterday. We just need to click that. We just need to hit that button or paste that right there. We got our Vibebots. Now we can go in here. Vibebots. I almost don't want to use Fable for the setup. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to blow through all my tokens just setting up the project. So, you guys are going to freaking hate me. But to save my tokens, I'm going to use Codex just to set up. Trust me, hang in there a little bit. I'm not trying to tease you guys. We're going to get to Fable. But I literally don't want to waste my sessions on the setup, okay? Okay? We're just going to go init, or not init. We're going to go spiral. Sorry, HTML. Okay? I know I'm edging you guys. We will get to Claude. We will get to Claude so fast, and then we'll be out of tokens so fast. Yeah, you guys saw this part yesterday. One thing I didn't do yesterday, as a part of my setup, I didn't do the Vercel setup. That's one thing, right? But also, very minor thing, but a couple of things actually. Where is it? Maybe it is under branch rules. So auto review is what I call it usually. Don't actually need this. I did it when I was setting up Copilot and stuff, but I'll just show you. Default branch targeting. Restrict deletions, sure. Block force pushes, sure. I can override it though. I'm an admin. Linear history, I don't really care. Require scanning results. I think it's this one. I always forget which one it is, but I want errors and warnings. This will keep stuff super clean. And then require code quality. I don't know if it's this one. I think you have to turn that one on separately, and it never works the way I think it does. Copilot review. Boo! They now charge per token. Annoying. Not using it. So I guess that's really the only thing. Oh, there's one more. Where's the merge? Does it require PR? Require quality, require Copilot, require... There it is, pull request. So 0 reviewers. I don't need anyone to review, but I do want you to only squash merge. Or, yeah, squash merge. I don't want to rebase. I don't want to merge, squash merge. Cool. Just a small thing. Every time. 97. Approved. And then we'll get CodeRabbit automatically because it's got access to all the repos. Cool. So that's that. Vercel is the other one. But I don't want to do Vercel until we create the Next.js or whatever stack we're going to use. So let's let Warp do that. Or Codex will do that for us here. Initialize spiral HTML scaffold. Create the core files. Created the core files. Right. I used these init values because the repo only had Vibebots. Vibebots, a bot-driven product scaffolded by iterative. Oh, that's not the pitch. That's not the pitch. We forgot to put a description, so it doesn't know what the pitch for our game is. All right. We'll rant. All right. The actual pitch for the game is this. It's like BattleBots, the old TV show, where you are building a robot and then battling actual people online. They fight autonomously. No one controls them. They just kind of attack each other, and they lose parts and get damaged. And after the end of a set amount of time, one of them is declared the winner, either because the other one's completely disabled or took the brunt of the damage or whatever. And they're rewarded some kind of points, maybe a unique part of some kind, or a loot box, not sure. But actually building the bot is one of the key components of this game. So to build the bot, we want the mechanics of Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts or Starfield style ship creation, craft creation. But instead, you're using components of a robot. So it could be like, you could build like a Wall-E robot, or you could build a Terminator robot, or whatever you can imagine. But there's different components. It could be wheels, could be legs, could be attached lasers, whatever you can think of for weapons. But in order to get these parts, the economy of the game will be mining your resources from the dirt, like an old school vertical digging down game where you have to bring ladders with you and lanterns and be careful about how far you dig, and you have to upgrade your pickaxe to go through deeper rock, and you collect emeralds and other materials as you go, and you may come across new components, rarely like engine parts or whatever. But you're collecting the resources in order to get back to the surface and sell them at the shop, and then you can buy from other players and from the game itself robot components. And then there's a robot workshop where you can try out your robot. So you build it by putting pieces together, again, as like a Starfield block connecting mechanism or nuts and bolts connecting mechanism. And once you've built a valid bot, you can fight it against a out-of-the-box CPU robot to test it out. And it's going to be connected through my normal Vibe Kit online features. But there's a solo part of the game, and then there's the multiplayer aspect as well. There we go. Yeah, grid snapping. Yeah, exactly. Loot box will be sick. Different randomized tiers of parts. Flamethrowers everywhere. Black hole gun. Oh man, that's all good stuff. So that's the vibe of the game. But actually building it, I don't think Fable alone is going to be able to build it. We're going to get a mess like what we got with Codex. I guarantee it. We're going to get shit like this if we do not take incremental steps. But I have to put it to the test. Maybe Fable will do better. But yeah, the real way to build a game that I've actually, built stuff that's actually fun, usually on stream too, is like I will do the first couple of features, just self-directing Claude, like, okay, now let's make let's put a box on the track and have it steer around in a circle, and it's like, oh wow, that's kind of fun physics there, and then like, okay, now go replace it with a real model, more iterative and smaller chunks. But I do want to try with Fable to run autonomously and have it review its own code using this Vibe review tool, where it takes screenshots, grabs state. You can still use Playwright or the Chrome extension to actually work the game, but I want it to capture feedback that makes itself into the spiral ledgers, like open questions and the normal spiral system. So that's what this tool does. All right. So it's using Spiral HTML. Again, I'm exploring HTML instead of Markdown. I'm not really using it for the things that Anthropic and everybody's talking about why you should use HTML over Markdown. The real reasons is because you can present something well organized and pretty and awesome, easy to read for humans too. These end up just coming out kind of bland. Where was the one from yesterday? This stuff. I don't know. Is this better than Markdown? Probably not. It's technically more tokens too, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying it. Large Data on Twitch says Gotcha Force is a deep cut GameCube game. That has some inspo, maybe. You know what? That was the one Nintendo console I never owned. What's it called? Gotcha Force? That's cool. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if this is the same. Oops. I wonder if this is around the same time as like Mech Warriors and stuff. That's what I was playing. What the hell? Block. Mech. What was the other one? Mech Warriors, and there's one more. Armored Core. Well, those are the two that I would play a lot. This is the newer one, I think. Yeah, this is the newer one. Pretty badass. What was it on? PlayStation? Nintendo 64? I don't know. PlayStation? No, that's the original one. I don't think I played that one. I played like 2 or 6 or I don't even know. There was so many of them. Yeah, 2 looks more like what I'm used to. Yeah, that's it. With the HUD like that, that's pretty sick. I do love robots and mechs. Mech Warriors is hardcore. Yeah, the new one. This is like the Fortnite versus where Mech Warrior is PUBG. That's a great analogy. All right, are you done, Codex? We need to get to Claude. Okay, people came here for Claude. False advertising at this point. 2 days talking about Fable, and I haven't even used it on stream yet. All right, capture the real Vibos pitch into the scaffold. README agents MD. DocSUD index added the first UD section. Seeded rec 01 through rec 10 UD coverage and logged the product definition update. I also added open questions for reward model, online match authority. Okay, good enough. Commits and push, and then yeah, we'll go to Fable. Or the thing is, like, I still haven't set up the actual game framework, but knowing how bad the pinball game went when I let Codex set it up and it went with Next.js, I mean, to be fair, it asked me and I told Next.js and came out as a menu game. What do you expect? I think I'm gonna let Fable do the actual scaffolding of the game. It will still try to use VibeKit, I'm sure, but maybe we prompt it in a way where we're like, your goal is to make a badass game. So if you need to think outside the box and not just use my off-the-shelf VibeKit components, you can do that. We should be clear, like, we don't want a menu-based game. Like, this should be, to be fair, the digging stuff can be more mobile-friendly menu stuff. But I want the physics to be correct for the battles. I want the build system to be legit, like you said, grid-based, logical, wheels on the bottom, engines on the back, whatever. I don't know. Engines in the back. I was thinking of a spaceship. Final status is clean. Cool. All right. Screw it. We're going to Claude. Beautiful. Fable, 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 Fable. All right. Those of you who have been using Fable for 24 hours, any advice on my prompt? Our newest model for complex, long-running work. So the reason I blew all my tokens is because the one time I did do Fable for something, I switched my efforts to Ultra Code. And that thing I did a plan or something. Do you need that? I feel like I don't need. I feel like it could do that if it wants. Does it still? We have goals as well. See, this is the thing. It's like I don't know. Should I do a small prompt or should I let it work autonomously? All right. We'll start with Fable. What about effort? We're on high. We go extra high, max, ultra high. We can do high for the plan. These are the real questions, guys. Tokens matter now. The golden days of just burning all the tokens on Ultra Code is gone. Okay. Work in phases. Okay. Let's work in phases. We'll keep it on high. We'll go to plan. Not ultra plan. Ultra plan requires, I think it does it remotely. And we'll say, let's scaffold the project. Ask me questions about the game design as needed. Spawn sub agents to research tech as needed. We want something cohesive, cutting edge, pure web. I don't want to say pure web because they use frameworks. And most of all, it must be fun. Full featured, yeah. And if it sucks, I kill your grandma. That still matters, right? Just kidding. Was anyone here for that meta? Let's do it. Got another Jones soda today. This one is blue. Technically, it's berry lemonade. Wasn't yesterday an American flag too? I wonder the whole box is like July 4th themed or something. It is a dog. Is that a dog and an American flag? Ooh, smoking. Not sponsored, but these guys are cool. I haven't had them in years, but yeah. Ooh, that's sour. Lemonade. I'll start by exploring the current scaffold. Okay. GDD, the plan, the ledgers. We could open up the plan ourselves, actually. I'm going to use Codex because I'm lazy. Oh, there's an updated Codex. Did they just launch 5.6 or 6.0? Let's find out. I haven't been checking the news today. What's new in 0.139.0? Doesn't say. Use fork to branch the current chat. Features? Release notes? New? Help? Yeah. Let's just check models. That's all we care about, right? 5.3 Codex Spark. 5.5 high. Probably overkill. What was I gonna do? No, we'll go low. I'll say give me the. No, I won't even say give it to me. I'll just say open the GDD HTML. A legal operation on directory. Read. What? Why is that illegal? This is the Explorer bot, or the Explorer agent. Just, yeah. Doing its thing. It's out of the box. Clodding right there. Control E to show all. Control E to collapse. Control E was not showing me anything. Control O to toggle. Oh, we got our first question. By the way, this popped up on this monitor over here. Let me grab this. Here's our design doc. Nothing in it, basically. Just the design, or the vision, I guess, that we gave it earlier. All right, which engine stack direction should Vibe bots take? Web, TypeScript, Godot, 3JS, 3D, Web. This is the stack we chose yesterday, and I almost immediately regretted it. But does this not use 3JS, Pixie.js, or Canvas WebGL renderer? I want to see what this one is. Next, so this is still Next.js and still Rapier. 3D Workshop with connector snapping. Do we want this to be 3D? I guess we do, huh? I mean, this is just listing out my VibeKit stack, except the Pixie thing. I never heard of that. I think I'll just use WebGL render. Why it fits. Hybrid authority. Client preview server results. Yeah, because there's going to be loop boxes. You don't want people cheating that, so that makes sense. Zero install play in browser. Exactly. All right, we're going with that. Ooh, that's cool. Look at the little pictures. How should combat and the workshop be presented? This also settles question 4 on mining presentation. 2D side view. 2D top down. 3D low poly. I was thinking 3D, but let's see. 3D arena, orbit camera, 3D connector workshop, because you're dealing with the nuts and bolts style and Starfield style shipbuilder type thing. Mining either 3D voxel or kept 2D for sub mode. I was thinking we could do 2D for mining. Low poly 3D could be the way to go. It's gonna look like shit, but we could always replace the graphics later. Let's do it. Question 3. How is the authority on online match results? Oh, who? Hybrid. Client simulates instantly for responsive preview. The server runs the same deterministic sim, and as a result is official. Best field plus cheap proof results. Yeah, it's probably the way to go. Server authoritative only. Server simulates. Client plays back a recorded replay. Honestly, that could work too. Simplest to trust, but every match has a wait before you watch it. Client simplest validation. Client simulates and reports server spot checks. Least server cost. Weakest anti-cheat. Let's do full sim. See how much it costs. What do players earn from combat? Deterministic tracks. Points currency plus readable progression tracks that unlock rare parts at known milestones. Rare filling without gambling mechanics. The GDD's recommended default. Points currency only. Simplest economy. Combat pays currency. All parts come from shops and mining discoveries. Randomized loot drops. Post-match random part drops. Earned, not paid. More dopamine, less readable progression, needs drop table tuning. Ooh, people do love their gambling, but then they also hate it. If we get the dopamine hits from the mining, that could be random. Maybe we do like a season pass for battles like this, deterministic tracks that unlock rare parts and known milestones. And it'll be easier to keep people playing too without just the hack of gambling. Be more like, check in and do your battles today to get to your milestones. Let's go with that. Loot box might be a bit too far. I had to put like 18 plus on my website for gambling. No, thank you. Come on, Fable, show me what you got. $11,000 tokens. That doesn't seem like much. All right, it's got the main context. It's got the general purpose. Yeah, let me show you guys the different views. So this is just a sub-agent. Research deterministic physics options. You are researching tech for VibeBots, a browser game being planned in June 2026. Is that right? It's June? It is June. Okay. An autonomous 3D low-poly robot battler. Players build robots from modular parts. Combat is fully autonomous physics simulation. Architecture requirement, hybrid authority, meaning the exact same simulation must run in the browser, instant preview, and on a Node.js server Vercel functions official results. And both must produce bit identical outcomes given the same inputs. Stack is TypeScript, Next.js. I do love that, like bit identical stuff. It's pretty cool. Research. Use web search web fetch. Your training cutoff may be stale. Verify current state as of mid-2026. 1. Rapier 3D Physics, Rapier 3D, DimForge, Rapier 3D, via WASM. Current version and release cadence, NPM package names. Determinism guarantees. Determinism, that's the word. Is the same WASM binary deterministic across browsers and Node.js? Good question. Who knows? What is the enhanced determinism feature? Good question. I don't know. Known gotchas, SIMD, threading, F32, iteration order, snapshot restore. Fable's asking the good questions out here. It's going deep. Can it run in Vercel serverless fluid function? I don't know. How much is this thing going to cost me? Might have to. This might be my first private game where I won't just put it on a website because it costs me money. No, I'm just kidding. I'll put it on Steam Early Access. They still take swap, right? Alternatives worth considering and a verdict for Rapier. Lockstep replay architecture notes. Best practice for seeding. Deterministic RNG. Input-free autonomous sim. Yeah, that was a choice. Saying it was autonomous. You're not actually doing the battling. I might regret that. It'd be kind of cool to control your own robot. I think I'll allow it like in testing, so you can just drive around your robot. But I don't know. I think it'd be a bit too much to let people control them in real time. So I'm gonna say no to that scope creep right now. Maybe in 2, VibeBots 2. Maybe you can drive your own robots. Mech style. You can get a Apple Vision and Oculus controllers, and you can do. Was that movie with the robot and Wolverine? You know what I'm talking about? I forget the name. Real Steel. That's what it was called. I know I sound insane, but that's a real movie, guys. What is this one doing? Exploring the scaffold state still? Looks like the other one finished. Oh yeah, it says done. Rendering stack. Research Vercel platform done. What's our tokens up to now? 5% context. Let's check in on our pinball game. This guy's still going over here. I'm going to continue on active physical board slice, starting by refreshing the repo contracts and the exact blueprint gap before editing. if you have any trouble, or at least before you finish, I want you to verify that the physics and the mechanics of the game are working properly by using the Claude Chrome extension, skill, whatever it's called, and my local Vibe Review app that will allow you to create work items based on your feedback from actually playing the game. I'm not going to steer. I'm going to see if it sends this when it's done, like whatever current task, or if it waits for the entire goal. I don't think it would wait for the entire goal, right? Another question from Claude Fable. How should mining work now that the game is 3D low poly? 3D rendered side view. Full 3D voxel mine. It's like Minecraft. 3D layered grid. I like side view. I don't know if I like 3D. Like you can go back and forth in the Z-axis. So surface, your miner, dug tunnel, emerald vein. That's not even on the screen. I don't know what that's talking about. 2D grid logic. 2D grid. Okay. Low poly, 3D blocks, depth via parallax, layers behind the plane. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Game development in 2026. Just kidding. Buy real games. I mean, subscribe to my YouTube if you want to see this fun stuff and how it just kind of pans out. You can go from imagination, random idea, to playable game in 24 hours, you know? That's what I want to see. And I want to build systems around it, and I want to get more familiar with the cutting edge of these agentic coding stuff. It's all fun. I'm not going to make a living off of these games. I got a day job. Still haven't sent that. Okay, we got some other agent here. Design a concrete implementation plan for scaffolding the Vibebots project. Decision was already made. The research findings. What did it find? Exact pin. So it's going to use Rapier 19.3, 0.19.3. Same package on client and server. Combat build embeds WASM as base 64. Avoids next Vercel WASM tracing issues. Okay. Fresh world per sim. World.take snapshot. Bytes hashed equals cross machine verification primitive. Fixed DT via world. Integration parameters.dt joints. With velocity, position, motors, wheels, legs. No built-in breakable joints. Why not? Part detachment equals contact force events accumulate damage. Okay. Then world.remove impulse joint. Never math.random or math sine cosine pow in sim code. Cross-engine non-deterministic. Okay. Plus, minus, times, divide, and math square root are safe. God, thinking about things I would never even think about thinking about. It's crazy. Rendering, it's going to use 3JS 0.184 with web GPU renderer from 3 web GPU. I think this is 3JS, right? 3? Auto web GL2 fallback. Okay, that's for Santiago. You still using that beater phone? You might get the fallback. You can be my tester for the fallbacks. DSL for material post processing. Do not use WebGL, only PMN DERS post processing. You could take one line of this and like spend a weekend researching, becoming an expert in, you know? I feel like I can spend the rest of my life learning this stuff. It's so cool. SIMD coupled from render. Art direction. Flat shading. Constrained 16 to 32 color palette in one shared material. Instancing. TSL outline edge pass. Procedural parametric part meshes from 3 primitives. Optional CCO GLTF. Kenny. I know Kenny. Kenny does all my models. Kenny's awesome. Platform, Vercel Fluid Functions Node Runtime, max duration 300 default, and 60-second match at 60 Hz simulates in 1 to 3 seconds CPU, fully viable per request. Defer IDs sim version, re-simulated, so no blob needed. Defer upstash Redis, auth, quest, guest first via VibeKit sign token, signed HTML only. Dueling PNP. Biome 2. Don't know what that is. Oh, instead of ESLint. I've never heard of Biome. Has anyone used Biome before? Design questions for you to answer in the plan. Repo layout. Slice breakdown. Slices is what I call it in Spiral. When you're doing a vertical slice implementation, you're designing it. Exact file tree for the scaffold slice. Docs ledger updates. So ledgers are things like open questions, dependency ledger, progress log, GDD coverage, follow-ups, manual user steps, dashboard only, create Vercel project. Exactly, we did that earlier for pinball. Dots backlog, initial task list, next 5 to 8 slices after scaffold, SimCore, bot assembly, verification section, exact commands to prove the scaffold slice done, risk gotchas, next 16 and R3F V9 plus 3 web GPU integration friction. Rapier combat init and route handlers, playwright plus web GPU and CI, headless Chromium web GPU flags, or accept WebGL2 fallback in CI. TurboPack plus WASM, React 19 strict mode, double effects versus sim init. Return the complete implementation plan as structured markdown. Markdown? Thought we were using HTML. So still working on that. That's a big task. Oh, he was done. Yeah, done. I don't know if it was done the whole time or just finished right when I left that menu item. Writing the final plan now. Great. You do that. I am going to go check on pinball. Yeah, so it's not sending this. Like, I don't know if it's like just like on a really long slice. Let's see, what is it doing? PR135 is fully landed. Okay, so if it just like finished verifying a merge. Then I'm going to steer this. All right, here's the plan. Excuse me. Vibe bot scaffold, walking skeleton slice. I love the term walking skeleton. Great. Context, the spiral HTML scaffold is in place, but the stack was TBD and no source code exists. The user has now locked the 4 open decisions: engine, web TypeScript, Next.js, PNP, PNPM. Presentation 3D low poly workshops. We already read all this. Authority hybrid client previews. We read that. Deterministic tracks. Research done. To lock the tech. Goal of this slice: one PR-sized walking skeleton that ends green and deployable, proving the highest risk architecture end-to-end. A deterministic rapier sim producing the same snapshot hash in browser and in Vercel. So it's going to work on the battling sim first. Repo layout decision. Slice one file tree. Okay, there's that biome again. Playwright for testing. Check dashes. My script for making sure there's no M dashes. Very important. All the agent files, sim constants, RNG world hash, run determinism test, layout page, and API for sim verify routes. Okay. Components, sim stage, sim canvas, actual React components here. And E2E smoke test, like all my projects. Dependencies, docs and ledger updates, same PR. Open question dependency ledger, progress log, GDD coverage, no new GDD section, follow-ups, dots backlog, init the dots, .html in this PR. I'll show you this is for dots. So if I show you right now, it's called Flux Panel, another app by Vibe, native Mac app. If I go to Vibebots, it's not going to have any dots. It's all empty. I could add a new task, but there's also CLI, and Claude is about to create all of these tasks. Manual user steps, nowish, Vercel dashboard, new project, import Vibe. So I'll do that after it creates the PR, I guess. Maybe it has to merge it. Probably has to merge it first. Before D9 only, provision dedicated Neon Postgres via Marketplace UI. I've never used Postgres. I usually use a KV store, but hey, we'll do it. It's a complicated game. I use Postgres. I'm talking about for my personal games. I never used it. Workflow on Vercel. Workflow, branch, scaffold, walking skeleton off main. So it's a feature branch. Verification, deploy proof after Vercel preview is green. Curl this to see preview twice and locally. All three hashes must be identical. So it's testing the sim there. Risks, React 19 strict mode double effects. Guard Rapier world creation behind a ref free and cleanup. Rapier.init is cached promise. Yo, what's up, Robert? Back again, eh? Well, we're actually in Claude today, so we just came up with a gigantic plan and only used 9% of my context. I wonder if that's measuring subagents, though. It's probably not. What I really need to do, I don't want to mess this guy up because he's going to town building our new game that we came up with on stream called Vibebots. It's like BattleBots with a mining aspect and a actual build your own bot like Starfield or Nuts and Bolts, Banjo-Kazooie, Deep Cut. You had to be here. It'll be in a short. Claude. I want to see my usage. Okay, 10%. So that is accurate then. 10%. Well, this is the thing. This is 10% of my context window, 1 million tokens, and this is 10% until it resets at 9. I guess they're the same. I get 1 million tokens, apparently. I don't know if that's output tokens or input tokens or combined. Actually, not sure. Approximate based on local session on this machine, does not include other devices. These are independent characteristics. 100% of usage came from sub-agent heavy sessions. 30% of your usage came from sub-agents under general purpose. D to day, W to week, W. D. Interesting. Giving Claude the right context for my rat movement was hard. But it did. Oh, I missed one. I never need subagents. I just need the code tuned correctly. Oh my god, I'm reading everything backwards. Your first message was, this is on YouTube, I see people doing too much with Claude and I can't even wrap my head around it. I just go one feature at a time. You know what? That is the way to go, honestly. I like doing these like crazy systems to see how far I can take it, but it comes out like this. Oh, you didn't see yet. So Codex, I set up a goal. It's been running for 21 hours to build out the pinball game that we gave it this Simpsons thing, and I said go build this board and using these like specs, and then did 126 PRs. And it's still going, and if you play it, it's actually shit. I mean, it's better than it was, but it's like a lot of 21 hours of work for this, right? Whereas if I would have done, like you're saying, feature by feature, component by component, instead of just like trying to do all this at once, it would definitely be like in a shippable state almost. Oh my God, these physics are so broke. The ball just keeps getting lost. It's like falling off somewhere. Oh, this one's pretty good. 1,500 points, left swing, and then it goes jumps out of the machine, right? So that's 21 hours worth of work right there. Beautiful, right? Yes, if I were building a real product like I do for my day job, I would not be vibing it. This is so counterproductive. But I also am not really babysitting it. I was sleeping for 8 of these hours. I was working for 8, 9, 10 of these hours, like just kind of letting it go. What is this progress log? Interesting. I mean, that's from my framework, but why is it showing it here? I mean, a lot of progress for sure. And I would hate to be on a team where one guy was doing this and then I had to like work alongside that. It'd be super impossible. Orbit says, and iterations become easier if I can find real examples. The most I've ever spent on a task was 90K plus one research for a Death Stranding style rope. It also managed to get it working. I have no coding experience, so it's an experiment. Damn, dude. That's awesome. That is awesome. Are you in the Discord? Did you send that link to your game? I want to play it. Oops, I'm leaning on my keyboard. Robert on a whim says, I'm the ideas guy and Claude is the code guy. I'll join the Discord. One sec. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys don't have the link, check it out. You're already on YouTube, Robert, so that's good. I'm trying to get people on Twitch. I ended up getting more people on Twitch today. I had like 6 people. I'm down to 2, but getting some regulars. It's pretty nice. But I'm not really trying to grow on Twitch. I just like streaming on it because the chat's so easy to read and it's like there's no delay. I don't know. But I'm really trying to get people on my YouTube because I want to do offline content too. I want to do actual videos. I just don't put the time into editing and stuff right now. But my editor is actually doing a great job at shorts. So if you can't join the live streams, you can catch, snippets, the fun stuff, not all this slow in between stuff, but catch the fun stuff with shorts. But yeah, if you want to talk shop, hop in the Discord. Looking for, honestly, one thing I really want to do is I want to start reviewing. Oh, okay, I see your game. I really want to start reviewing other people's stuff, and if people are open to PRs, contributing, whatever. Yeah, I'll bring it up on stream. You know what's funny is I don't even think I'm on Discord on my Mac. Let me look. I got it on my phone here. I got to update Discord. What kind of streamer am I? Wave hi to Robert. Open on the other screen, as always. Dude, this is sick. Oops, I thought this was my browser. This is Codex. Any jump scares in here? This is from Robert on a Whim from YouTube chat. I'm getting Five Nights at Freddy vibes. Am I zoomed in, or is this is what it looks like? Kind of looks like found footage. Is the back room stuff? Is it? Were you the one talking about the back room stuff? Yeah, that was you. Okay, cool. See, I don't even know what back rooms is. I've only heard. Oh, you did this in Sandbox? Yeah, man. I did some video. I did a video on that. I was checking it out. I knew people would use that shit. That's cool. That rope is sick. It has the hot dog guy. Is that a sponge? Found footage of your game, exactly. I gotta watch that movie. Did you see the Backrooms movie, or are you just talking about like the YouTube stuff? Naked hot dog guy. That gun is cool. Is that a stock weapon they give you in Sandbox? The YouTube's on a delay. Sorry. The movie's great. Okay, so you've seen it. Yeah, I gotta watch it. Oh, okay. I see. He's running away when you target him. That's cool. And then the blur, the found footage blur. There you go. Did you record this on your phone? Stock gun asset. Okay. Ooh, there's the rats. That's got to be a stock, or you found this asset somewhere? That's creepy. Ugh, that's gross. Phone footage. Okay. It adds to the vibe for sure. Can you shoot him? Are you gonna shoot him? No. That's pretty cool, man. Stock rat from Asset Library. So you say you're not a coder? Is this your first game? Damn, those rats are everywhere. Can't shoot them yet. Yeah, I wonder what that would take. Because I don't know what the model looks like, but are they explodable rats? Minotaur. That's cool. I like this vibe. That's the Gemini symbol. Oh, it's creepy, dude. That's sick. I like that vibe. First game? Cool. Is it is it playable on Sandbox right now, or still private? That's awesome. Nice work, man. Yeah, well, when you got a link, send it in the Discord. People will try it out. That's awesome. I need a big level to test it in. Let's go check in on our bots. We'll come back to Codex. Let's do Claude. All right, so it's updating progress. So does that mean it actually implemented the scaffold? Is there something playable? These are decisions. You need to buy Sandbox in order to actually ship a game. Because I tried it. Was it preview when I tried it? I tried it like right when it came out, like the first day. But I was just playing. I wasn't actually building anything. Oh, and it's PC only. That's right. It might be free one day. Okay. You know what someone needs to do? Someone needs to make vibe coding more visual. Like it's a terrible streaming experience. Just watching text fly by here. The thing is, I could, like I said, I could go and pick any one of these things and I could go deep on it, research it, you know? But then by the time I'm like 15 minutes into researching it, like the game, you know, it'd be moved past that already. Decisions already made. We're going to use this stack, whatever, you know? So I wouldn't really be able to contribute to it in real time. But might be good for viewing purposes. Everything is green. Committing, open the PR. All right, well, it's not too bad. What is our usage now? 13. So it is lining up. Oh, no, that's 19. Interesting. I don't know how accurate this is. We'll see. Actually, it's 9 o'clock in 20 minutes. So maybe I was like being overcautious. To be fair, like I said yesterday when I used Fable, I did go to Ultra Code and I did a giant plan or something. I forget what I did. No, I think I implemented something or fixed a bug in one of my tools. I don't remember what I did. But yeah, this seems like it's not as crazy on tokens as I thought. At least with like a small directed task like this. We'll see once it starts getting into the UI like testing and I don't know if it's going to use the Chrome extension or what. Who knows how many tokens that thing takes. Robert said, I had to do a bunch of research just to wrap my head around the rope simulation. That's good content. Yeah, man, that stuff's legit. Like, physics stuff. I'm curious how the sandbox physics work in general. I haven't looked too much at the tech. I know it's using some stuff from the source engine, right? Or like a modified version that the dude, Gary's mod dude, got permission to like release publicly, I think. CodeRabbit is checked past. There's no way. What? Is CodeRabbit being fast all of a sudden? Limit reached. Okay. It's like the beginning of the month. Is that a month limit? Oh, okay. Available in 29 minutes. Am I on the wrong account? I'm definitely paying for CodeRabbit now. It's like $30 a month or something per user. Hourly rate limits. To be fair, the pinball game is going crazy. Do we have that one open? 137. So yeah, that's where all the CodeRabbit tokens is probably going. Rate limit, but it is always rate limited. I wonder how many of these actually got CodeRabbit reviews. Jeez, but I rather do that than charge me. Like, this stuff is not that serious. I don't want to pay for tokens. Like, it looks like it's just been rate limited the whole time, but I am jumping, so I don't know. Did any of these actually succeed? That's crazy. could probably go to the CodeRabbit UI and see. I'm probably also running them on every commit. I'm probably not being optimal with when I run it. Maybe I should just run it on merges to main. Anyways. Alright, so here is, can I request Copilot review? I don't need that. Here's all the tasks under dots. Here's the CI, GitHub action. It's going to use Ubuntu. Check out the code. Set up PNPM package manager. Set up node. Install the dependencies from the package manager. Check for M dashes. I just find it so funny that this is like first class citizen of my stack. Robert says Sandbox uses Source 2 physics. It's an offshoot of Rubicon. Oh yeah, Source 2. I don't know what Rubicon is though. Is that a game? Oh, you're not talking about what we just looked at earlier, right? Rubicon, Mech Warrior, or whatever it was called. Source 2. What is Source 2's Rubicon? Valve time. Oh, physics engine. Is that what it is? Yeah, CPU-based physics engine. And Source 2. Oh, Havoc. See, I've heard of Havoc. Was the thing it replaced? Huh, never heard about this. Probably been around forever, too. Yep, 12 years. Interesting. There, we learned something new, guys. We're not just vibing, we're learning. So white space check, type check, a lint, a unit test, a build, playwrights, E2E smoke tests, upload the reports. That's what our CI does. Continuous integration for the win. Oh, Python's back. What's up? How long's it got? What do you mean exactly? So Claude put up its first PR. It's only used 20% of its context, and the context resets in 10 minutes. So I might be able to get a little more aggressive with it. Status while we wait. CI is green. CodeRabbit didn't actually review. Vercel preview still missing. Okay. No deployments exist. Merge it to main, and then I will create the Vercel project. Oh, that's one thing we didn't check. Now that I enabled Vercel, do we get the pinball previews? Okay, so I'm getting Vercel previews now. We did that at the beginning of the stream. I don't like having to hit start and launch. I thought it was adding these bumpers or something in these last couple of PRs. I'm not actually sure. And the ball is stuck. Nudge left. Nudge left. Ooh. Yeah, that is a bumper. That thing bounced off that. I don't know what these black squares are. They don't do anything. Alright, where are we? This guy should be merging it. Merge is blocked. Oh, waiting on code scanning, but I bet you I didn't turn it on. So this is why I said I always end up doing the wrong one. So those were rule sets that I created earlier. You got to turn on advanced security, code quality, right? To turn on code quality, and then it takes a second to set up. I think that's how you get code QL. Anyways, in the meantime, I will merge. No, I won't. Fable did it for me. Merged and main is up to date. Now, per the loop, watch the main CI, close the backlog dot, and run the dependency gate. See? Hands off. You end up with a crappy game, but It does build itself. Now, this one's going to be better, guys. The model is so good now. Fable is going to make something good. Watch. Just you watch. It's going to be crazy if we actually get a full-featured BattleBots with the nuts and bolts, star-filled building mechanics, the digger game, all of that. If we get all of that vibed before Codex finishes its goal of creating physically accurate Simpsons pinball board, that would be funny. Somehow I doubt that would be the case, though. I think Robert said it best. What'd you say? Do it in iterations. One step at a time. It's probably the right way to make something good. But I do want to see if there's magic in this new model. So I'm intrigued. And the other thing I normally do with these games is, I said this the other day, but I hop on my phone and, like I have an idea or I play the game real quick on mobile. All my games are playable on mobile, just from Chrome. I will always like, oh man, this would be just a little better if like the ball didn't glitch to the side of the damn pinball board or whatever. And then I'll send Codex or Claude off to fix issues, So the games get better over time through iteration. But that takes time, and sometimes the games just kind of fizzle out. I get bored of them. Other times I come back to them much later. So we'll see. Pinball is definitely a concept I like, because you can do so many different board mechanics. You could do some multiplayer high score stuff with your friends. Like one game, I showed this on stream recently too, but for you new folks, one game that was so bad, I almost want to go back to an old version to show you guys. But then one day, I was like, I'm so embarrassed of this game. I just want it to be better. And then I made it fun too. I love showing this one because it's got a store in it too. It's all free, but it's got a store in it. It's got these different skins, basically. 3 different game modes. It's meant for mobile, but you can play it on desktop, just poorly. Yeah. But anyways, I made this one actually pretty good from my phone, because I was just like, go fix this, go fix that, go add this feature. And then I had my niece and nephew test it for me. So I will go back to games occasionally. There's some in here I need to go back to. Fracking Asteroids, I actually just went back to this, and I haven't even tested it yet. But I feel like that's going to be my best game eventually. I just need to find the inspiration and keep going. But I'm pretty sure 6 hours ago. So I just let it run all last night and stuff on my backlog. So I don't even know what it looks like. It should have added a star map. There it is. Hey yo, haven't even tested this yet. Galaxy map, Terra Prime, field 100 out of 100. Terra here, Cinder 8F, Aurora 12F, Umbra 14F. I don't know what the lines mean. So this is where I'm at. Cinder Belt is 8 fuel, Umbra is 14. So I go Umbra. And then what? Now I'm in Umbra? Now I'm in Umbra. And my fuel went down. Okay, we got the fuel economy I asked for. Can I buy more fuel? Fuel. That's a weird word. Jump fuel. Yes. So it's kind of got the basic mechanics and economy of jumping. Doesn't really have the scope of the Galaxy that I wanted. I wanted to be able to really have to earn that fuel to get across the different galaxies. But again, I'll just keep iterating with this, and then it'll become a fleshed out feature, hopefully. All right, let's see what Fable's up to. So it was supposed to check main. API confirmed. Writing the part catalog, design, validation, assembly modules. So it just started on the next task. Is that what's going on? Source sim parts TS. Part definitions in the built-in catalog. Parts are pure data. shapes, densities, power figures, and connectors, assembly, design, TS, and assembly, TS. Turns them into bodies and joints. Love it. So it's all numbers. You build your bots with grids and parameters, and then it renders them. Love it. So this is, what part is this? This is a drive wheel. Category is mobility. The shape is a cylinder. These things don't look so jank. Anytime I draw my own graphics, it looks so trash. To be fair, I've experimented with different types of graphics, and it's always jank. Vibracer, I gotta go back to it, but I created this lab here so I could work on destructible models. And it's actually a PR that never got merged, where I actually put like real, I think you saw it in a short recently that we edited and posted, where I had to put a steering wheel in a seat, and then it kept like putting things backwards. And so then I ended up discovering that all the parts were like labeled wrong, like left, right, front, back were just kind of labeled wrong. And then Claude was freaking gaslighting me and saying, no, I definitely moved the driver's side door. And I'm like, no, you didn't. But anyways, so assets are always whack. Another one that's always funny to show for when we're talking about assets. So I could just get actual 3D models. This was my experiment with that. These are free models I got online. They're robots, right? And there's actually a feature in here. I don't know if I can see the full UI when it's embedded like this. Demo, here we go. Just to get this animation, these poses to work properly, I did it on stream, I think. Like there's a bunch of troubleshooting. Getting the rotation and the right nodes of the body, the rig to actually, it's like, here's an example that's still broke. Palms down. Wait, no, this is just rotation, sorry. So this is supposed to be okay, that's actually action. There we go. So this is one palm up, one palm down, and then this should just reverse it, I guess. But it kind of goes sideways. So there's definitely still some issues with it. But if I don't do the rotation, and all the poses are at least correct now. But yeah, I think I need to go back and like I still haven't done the rotation stuff. So this is arms forward, palms in, palms out. I don't even think that's natural bending. Palms down, and why is it crossed? Palms up, it's kind of sideways. Yeah, so it's still got problems with rotation, but just getting even this to be correct like took forever. Oh, you can play two people on your phone. This is pretty cool. So if you have your phone, you can hold it like, you know, one person holds one side of the phone and the other person holds the other, and they just punch. So yeah, I mean, I've experimented with different types of graphics, basically is what I was trying to say. The worst of them is Determined, where I actually used an LLM, really cheap one, to generate ideas. So like generate a creature, generate a sword or weapon, whatever. And then from those, I generated, I think it's broke right now, or it's, you know what it is? It's not working embedding, I bet. There we go. So these were generated with an actual LLM. And then the art is generated with kind of art generation tools as well. And then they're just trash. That's a these are the I think this might even be the default art. So maybe the image is broke. But then that's 2D. And then there's like a 3D voxel style. This is before I actually had fracking asteroids, but that's the same like enemy, and just like 3-4 different art styles was kind of the idea behind it. And then of course I really got hooked on this like kind of voxel style. I don't even know what it's called. This is an office sim game. Didn't go too far with it, but just getting these chairs to move, animating the characters to sit. Speed it up, you'll see it. They're doing a stand-up, by the way. That's what that is. yeah, so I've experimented with different art styles. Some way where if you keep scrolling down, you get to the worst and worst games. I ordered them by how much I like them. This is the worst art of all of them. It just doesn't even make any sense. Like it was supposed to be, I forget what Minecraft. I don't know. I forget what style I told it to be, but I don't know. It's supposed to be like a tower defense, Angry Birds mashup. It's just ugly. This was Godot, so I actually generated different components of the miner, like his arm, his pickaxe, his head, his limbs, generated them with an art pipeline that I could access through a CLI, so the LLM could decide, generate a leg, generate boots, whatever, and then I connected them all through code, all through CLI. And it's obviously the animation is super jank and stiff or whatever, but that was me experimenting with art generation. So yeah, and then a lot of the games are just menu-based stuff. Vibe City, I never fully worked out. I want this to be a sim builder where you can actually build the city. It's gotten better since I last showed it on stream, but I have not put the time into it. All right, enough killing time. What is actually being done by Fable? Another PR? PR number 2. Waiting for Code Rabbit, which is probably not going to happen. Let's go look. Part system, schema design, validation, deterministic assembly. Known limitations, parts attached with identity rotation. See, it's going to mess up the rotation stuff again. It always does. No damage detach yet. That is an autonomous combat core slice. Wheel radius must exceed the core half height, so wheels carry the chassis. Encoded at a catalog comment surface of validity rule later if it bites. Yeah, limit reached. So you can just go ahead and merge, dude. I forgot I was supposed to create the Vercel. Let's go do that now so we can start getting previews. So same as before. I haven't created any of the data stores or anything, but I don't think I need them. This one is going to use Postgres, which usually you just use a key value store, but we're going to use Postgres, I guess. Vibebots. Next.js. So I always do the first kind of scaffolding so it knows what kind of application it is, how to host it properly. Next.js's big thing is that they do server-side stuff. So instead of letting the client control the logic, or that's not the right way to say it, actual components that show up on the front end get generated on the back end, basically. So it's good for security and stuff around multiplayer. One of these error warnings. Detected engines, no greater than or equal to 22 in your package JSON will automatically upgrade when a new major Node.js version. I think it's a security risk. Automatic updates. All right, so VibeOps. Hey, we got a game. Who's gonna win, the square or the 17-sided die? All right, we got something. Deterministic sim walking skeleton. So what you don't see is that this is making an API request behind the scenes. It's calling snapshot over and over again, it looks like. Is that a get? That's a post. What is it actually getting? Huh. So it's just snapshotting the sim, I believe, or like the full state of the client. It's the summary of the DOM. Does it have state of the 3D objects? Selected text, storage. Not really. Huh. I thought we were going to see like run sim or something, or battle calls. Anyways, I'm going to stop running that because that's costing me money probably. Edge request 9. Oh no. merged. Vercel project created. Let me give it a screenshot so it knows. Oops. I don't want it to see all my tabs. Hit the wrong button. I don't want to get them falling. Not that it matters. All right. Well, you know what? I'll take it. It's not quite BattleBots, not quite nuts and bolts, but it is 3D. It is public. You can play it right now. 5-bots.vercel.app. But it is 100% generated by Claude Fable 5. So I did not clickbait this time. To be fair, it's using my scaffolding, it's using my spiral frame. It technically, we did the initial project setup with Codex, but not because Claude couldn't do it, it's because I didn't want to burn tokens, which ultimately didn't matter because I need to go and I actually have plenty more usage. So it reset till 2 o'clock. So let me ask anyone who's still around, do you want me to stop it here and pick up on stream? It's just this more boring stuff like this, but we can talk about every PR it does. Or do you want me to do what I did with Codex, give it a goal, and let it run wild? 22 hours almost. I'm leaning towards just letting it run wild, seeing if it burns the tokens through the night. I didn't even give it a goal, but because of my scaffolding, I think it will just keep going for a bit. What I will do is I will turn on remote controls so I can doom code from my bed on my phone. No, I probably won't do too much of that, but I might check in on it while it's running. Curious what the next thing is going to do. All right, I'm going to end it after we see what the next slice is that it chooses. Maybe we'll just stop after this, and then I can give it a goal. We'll see. Yeah, thank you for all joining in and chatting. Got some regulars now. Stone Python. Robert on a whim. Large Data jumped in. Appreciate you guys. Join the Discord and send me your games and stuff. I want to see what you're working on, Python. Oh, you did send me something. Oh, sick. I didn't see your message earlier. This is from Twitch viewer, the Stoned Python. Everybody's sending in their projects. I love it. Is there sound? I feel like you're talking on this. No? Okay. I saw Ninja. Sorry, it went by fast. What is this? Oni Ninja. Kerrigan Port AF-150. Ghost Hunting Ninja Program. I recognize this style UI. This is Claude, right? Saved operative. Rank. Continue mission. New operative. This already sounds sick. It's like a hitman. Intel briefing. Deployment ready. 150 years after the Great Flood, humanity clings to rusted spires above the drowned world. Dude, that's some good lore right there. Oh, sick. This reminds me of like RPG Maker. But obviously like more colors and more modern. I know that UI. I got that in Epoch. But I don't have this art style. This is really cool. Let me see if I can see what's going on. This looks like a character. Oh, was that a spell or something being cast? So this is the RPG that you told it to go make. Right? Sick. Nice. Hit damage. Only little creatures on It's like a stick on a ball. Good placeholder. Little demon there. Oh, NPC. I'm Mika Hayes, the local informant. Good to see a ninja operative. They say the Oni rift stirs again. Work available. Agency pays well. The agency pays well. Cleared rift. Okay, so you killed somebody for hire. You are a ninja assassin. Wait, are you walking on a wall? Real ninja power. Is that water or wall? Can't tell. Ooh, we got some little, I don't know, this is giving me Zelda vibes. The sand and the grass. Yeah, this is cool. He says, you should see what Fable just built me. Fable, work in progress, work in phases, full featured. This must have been your idea that you said earlier, right? If you just did this for the Fable, this is, what did you say when we were thinking of ideas? You said some ninja RPG, right? Is that what you said? Oh, should try making a top-down pirate RPG. Okay, so you swapped out pirate for ninja. Nice. I'm excited for the new Black Flag Resynced, though. I haven't had a good pirate game to play in forever. That's pretty cool, man. I like the pixel art. And he actually got NPCs and missions and stuff. It's pretty sick. I can't believe Fable just did that. What was your prompt? I'm curious. All I got is a couple cubes to show for it. I think I go too deep on the process and the systems. I got to put more into the actual game vibes, the game mechanics, and the fun aspects. Codex is on 140 PRs. Ooh. Fable, on the other hand, is on its third PR. It's moving pretty fast. Like, is it just me, or is Claude Fable 5 fast? Did they say that as one of the things, that it's faster now? Interesting. Combat loops foundation, autonomous combat, component damage, sim side. So it's simulating the battles. I don't know what visually we're going to be able to see from this, but here's the preview. Yeah, it looks like the same. But maybe it's making a network request now? No. Wah, wah. What is it actually doing then? Is there anything different in here? Wait, this has a URL. What is this? Oh, that's just the preview URL. I thought maybe it was like a back-end thing. Headings. It doesn't look any different. Oh, maybe this. Warn. 3 o'clock. The module has been deprecated. Nope. I wonder if Fable is checking error logs. Or logs in general. I ran the preview on from the PR. Nothing looks different. Client side. Just some warnings. To be fair, I think it did say it was just a sim. So it's probably all back in. Let's go look at the code. Archive for dots. So my tasks are done. GDD updates. Actual sim stuff is here. Combat test. Combat. Let's look at the test. So a new match. Passing the world. Passing the match state. Create an arena world. Oh, you're actually just overriding it. And the test spot design. Core distance, match state, is core the body of the robot? It sounds like it. Assembled bodies.get assembled root ID. Yeah, so it's the core of the body. If not A or B, throw an error core missing. So if a robot doesn't have a core, it's invalid. Otherwise, return square root math. This is not a good test. Is this like a real function, or this is the test? This is the test. Drives the bots into each other and deals contact damage. So the start distance is the core distance from match. So it takes in a match, gets both bots, calculates the distance between them. That's what it is. Okay. Distance between their two cores. Okay, so this is a test util function, I guess. And then it says for 120 steps, do what? Just do a step call, step match function. Is that imported? Is that a real thing? Step match, just a sim, I bet. Advances the match by one fixed time step. Run controller's match. Match world step, event queue. Match tick plus equals 1. Event queue. It's using event queue. That's cool. Is this coming from Rapier? Event queue. Let's look at the imports. Rapier. Design. Oh, event queue from Rapier. Yeah, okay. So that's just some physics logic where it's ticking through. Oh, and then it processes deaths. Okay. So it's actually simulating a match. I just don't think it's hooked up visually on the front end at all. But this is all the math geeky stuff for... See, this is the thing, not that I thought of it, because honestly, I just kind of built, maybe a little bit in my framework influenced it, but I really think Fable is just a good engineer and thinks about this sort of stuff. It's like, how do you manage state in a multiplayer game with physics? It's pretty cool. But I can understand where it's on the rails, and if it went off the rails a bit, really obvious way, I might be able to reel it in, but I don't know all those details. I don't know what the Rapier API is, what it should look like. But I can steer some of this. Both of those are expected, and nothing different client side is also expected. PR3 is a slim-only slice, combat module plus test. So the homepage still shows the walking skeleton scene. The bots won't be visible on screen until the test arena slice wires a match into a viewport. Technically, I think the bots are in the scene, but I get what you're saying, Claude. About the two warnings, now there's our code. 3.clock has been deprecated. Use 3.timer. It comes from React 3 fibers internals. 3 are deprecated clock. Web GPU build before fiber migrate. It disappears when fiber updates. Cool. Using deprecated parameters in the initialization function is Rapier's own wasm init shim calling itself with the older positional signature with no arguments. Is the only typed public API, so it's upstream to fix. Okay. Flood of snapshot request in the network tab is a browser extension, content.js initiator, not the apps. Oh. That's my extension doing the snapshot. I wondered, I was like, is it, because it looked like the exact thing Vibe Review captures. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, I should probably disable that when I'm not actually in a session. Yeah, because I don't think I did any reviews. Yeah, there's no reviews. Okay, so we should probably fix that. Yeah, I don't want to be running that every time. But it's also client-side, it looks like, so it's not actually doing anything. So it's fine. It's fine. PR3 is fully green. I'm still waiting on Code Rabbit. Code Rabbit is timed out. So just do your own reviews and merge when ready. Proceed until complete. Use Vibe Review tool as needed to test the game yourself. All right, I'm gonna let it run. I don't have a goal or anything, but I think it's doing pretty well. I did the first 3 PRs without a goal, so it has tasks. Like, it broke out a bunch of tasks from that initial plan, and it will continue to add tasks as it finds things to follow up on or bugs. So yeah, let's see how far this gets without actually having a goal, but using the spiral framework that I built. Cool. All right, well, I see people have dropped off, and I should do the same. Really appreciate you guys hanging out again. Seriously, it's been awesome last couple days. I will show you the fruit of our labor tomorrow. Adios.